Hello and welcome to you all. As you probably saw on the title of this video, this isn't a regular video of sneak peek or second look or my let's play Awakened Nightmare. This is a special video talking about 1 year of Gregtech. I actually have been playing Gregtech for more than just 1 year, but will soon, or already probably past the date when I started making the Season 2 of my Awakened Nightmare. I started playing before on the first season, which had very few videos and also was on my own language. Talking about the past, I was a regular player of Minecraft. I played vanilla for about half a year together with my friend that appeared on the Gregtech video 02. He had hosted a vanilla server and we played about half a year. Then we started getting in mods, play at a lot more server ports and keeping adding more mods, changing some, and then one day he suggested that if he should add Gregtech to the mod pack, because that's gonna add more features and complexity. And besides what you may think about it, I rejected. I say no. Look at this. A simple macerator required diamonds and steel and all this stuff I never saw. This is gonna make things so much complicated. And so we did not do that and continued to play it. But he got tired of playing Minecraft before me because he played a lot more than me before me. He was playing about almost one year before I started playing with him. And then he goes following his life to play other games, and I continued playing Minecraft with modded, try this, try that, make a single player words, play until you get to the end, fight the dragon. And one day I decided to give this Gregtech another chance. So I pick it and start playing it. And indeed, oh boy, that mod make everything so much more complex. But I kind of enjoyed it, because before I played with Gregtech, I made a different mod pack that I called Tech Forge Magic. What? Because it has basically industrial craft, buildcraft, which is tech mods, had forgery from Tinker's Construct, and have magic of the towncraft. This and also some modular power suite mods. And this kind of opened my head to accept more complexity. And then I started playing Gregtech on Minecraft 1.4.7 and started doing stuff. Then I found it quite interesting, aside all that complexity and more things I need to do to actually do something. And then I started looking the web for information, and for my surprise there was almost none. It had some wikis, but just wikis for something so complex is not that good for players like me. I looked and only found some videos on the YouTube. You probably saw that one at the guide for videos on the forum. It's the first one, the Elder Red. I saw someone see complexity, don't get most of it, and I started playing with mine, and I decided, since no one was making one, I would make one. Not because I was the most skilled of it, not because I was know with most technology of it, and not because I was the best player of modern Minecraft. To be quite frank, I was and I still am very far from that. But I decided to make the first step. Maybe someone else would take over, which did not happen for a long time. And then I started making the videos on my language, which was more easier than this, until Greg released a version of Gregtech for Minecraft 1.5, Gregtech 4 on that case, with pipes and fluid pipes and filters and shorters, and I feel, man, this. I tested and I said to myself, adapting all the other machines I have played in the test world with this now, Gregtech could almost stand for itself. I can take away Buildcraft. Then I removed it and started making the season 2 of Awake Nightmare, the one that you can watch on YouTube. And you probably see me derping around a lot of stuff. And funny and ironical, the more I played on the Awake Nightmare 2, I'm gonna start saying AN2, just the shortest, is that Gregtech could almost stand alone on its own. I did not need all that mods that play with it. So little by little I was starting to remove it, if you remember, for those who watch it. And as I removed other mods to counterbalance the change of Gregtech, things got harder and more complex, but also more satisfying when you pass that obstacle. It was a challenge. Greg probably bashed me for say this, but we can say that Gregtech is like a penis. The more you play, the harder it gets, but it's also more pleasure when you pass it. Well, who would guess that 1 year has already passed? It's been long gone. The AN2 I made it, then Gregtech into its version 5.0, and everything changed. New worlds, new mechanics, new machines, old machines gone, some modify. But for a good amount of time, I still feel that Gregtech was Gregtech. It was hard, difficult, complex, but when you learn and do what you need to do, things go smoothly. But as the mod progressed, I feel that Greg started to get lazy and started to add things to hasten his own progress with the mod on the Kirara server we play. I also start to making things work, like work with other mods, Don't get me wrong, I am not saying that this is bad. I was just always told that a mod should involve itself more and made up its own world instead of requiring another mod to complete what it had to work normally. This is the only point that I think Gregtech has gone wrong. It do not stand alone so much anymore and need other mods to actually do some stuff it cannot do now or it had in the past and no longer works. We have no place to store our tons of items. Well, we now had, but it's so down. That is the part of the game. But talk about the forum. When I started the IN2, I decided to make part of the forum and try to contribute to community. Maybe, don't know, help the mod get better or stay on the right course. Even with my poor English, I stood up, go to the forum, reported bugs when I found, make some questions, insisted in some questions and got called names, which happened more than I wanted to had, until a point that Gregorius T himself called me a very stupid person because of my inability to understand that Gregtech negates the tiny piles of uranium 235, but now we can get it by centrifuging the normal uranium. Don't know if Greg made this on his own way, he had plans, or because of my stupidity. And time passed, new versions come out, discussions was open, I tried to stand my point, but most of the time I just bash it. By Greg, by Spawn Axe, Bad Alchemy, Bloody Asp, Axogia, and so many others. Whenever I try to make people think more about Gregtech than just using other mods to be past that, it was the result. It's still up to this day. I had stopped discussing and posting on the forum for a good amount of time. It's now pointless. No one else seems to even read what I post. No replies, no indication that my post was even read. On some bug reports seems to be read by someone. My opinions and ideas, they just don't care anymore. Why would they? While others teach them ways to get rich, resourceful, use less energy, using other mods, I try to make them use the mod as in the mod itself. So this is kind of understanding. Also, when the Gregtech 5 was getting on and new machine was updating, I started making the sneak peeks. Elder Red made awesome videos about Gregtech machinery, but he did not make it more for the new version and no one was making when they are getting out, and things changed a lot, so I make them. Until this day I don't know if I did it right or if I did it wrong. Whenever I look, most of times I only see complaints about my speech, the way I speak, and my accent. For those who don't know, I am Brazilian, so I have kind of difficult troubles with the H and the R. It's very different. I know that I didn't have the power of the word like many other people's, but my video was just to be something else than just nothing. Was the one is none, but very few people get the point that my videos are just to show and try to explain. Having something to work upon over it is better than nothing. And even my mumbling, my difficult to speak, I always think that it was good for someone like me speaking a foreign language and with some hardware problems, if you understand what that means. That's pretty good. Now we come to the Awakening Nightmare Season 3 in 3. This one was made in a server, so different from single player worlds where I can just save it, make backups. This one was not, but I also did not have control of the mods, and a lot of mods that I don't wanted to play with are dead and some configs forced. It was quite enjoyable, to be quite frank. Gregtech is not that monster it may look at first, but Greg could make a better working, taking away some of the randomness and make it more less random to look random. As the series go on, I started using more Gregtech and StarCraft 2 than the other mods, and feels good. Even with all the nerf and even cheating with resources from the previous world, it felt great to be able to do so much things with Gregtech and StarCraft only. They are very hard to get in working, but when they do, they can do powerful things. So there's 1 year playing Gregtech 4 and Gregtech 5. At the time that people paid some attention to my posts was really a fun time. I learned a lot of things, meet people, discuss it and get disgusted a lot. There's people that I cannot even see them starting typing things that I already start to roll my eyes. Again. But unfortunately, I guess Gregtech also is a curse, because if I try to play anything without Gregtech, I'll probably be alright. I will play it for a while, but the game will lose its interesting very quickly to me. I get used to complexity, and without it, it just feels empty. Which takes us to the future. For now, the third season is getting close to its end actually. Don't have that many things to do. And my plan for now is finish the let's play and then quit from Minecraft. I don't have any plans to play Gregtech or Industrial Craft or Kirara anymore. Lately, all the work it's getting to make something to in the end just be treated like garbage. Just don't worth it. I feel like a fool. I feel really like a stupid person to keep doing this after called so much names and dragged down so greatly, and even all my work don't worth a simple link. You can go now to Gregtech thread, go to the guide for tutorials and videos. You see there is Eldorad videos on Gregtech 3 and 4. You see Mr. 10 plays or movies, I don't know which name he uses, with videos of it. It was the first Let's Player that I watched and started to follow before joining Gregtech. And you're gonna see some French guy with just 2 videos. Then you can look at my sneak peeks here and you see a lot of videos and none of them deserve a place there. Isn't that a kind of unfair? Some guy just make 2 videos of presentation installation for a mod in 1.7 and get a link, and someone that don't so much even mumble, speaking words that can hardly be comprehend, get nothing. It's really dismotivating. Currently the Let's Play is the only reason I still play the Kirara for time to time between real life stuff and my friends, and do that just to be thrown away from the window like nothing. It's a stupid choice. But I can also do this with my heart free, because now that Feed the Beast has pack with Gregtech, the Beyond Reality, and we have another custom pack, the Infinite Touch 2 with Gregtech 2. A lot of new people and YouTubers are make videos of Minecraft with Gregtech, so they won't be left into the void. My time, I guess, has passed. I'm not even trying it for a moment, I guess. Most of YouTubers can beat my channel total views in a few minutes. I look pathetic, don't I? Well, this is the end of it. So, to sum things up, Gregtech is a nice mod to adapt to your mod pack. Play it, it's worth it, but be aware that if you go too deep in this rabbit hole, there is no way back. If you like complexity and the logistics behind it, and start to thinking of doing more stuff just with it, there is no way back. It will become a curse, and Minecraft without it will be just tasteless. It was UNG. Thank you for all you that here most of this thing.